This is the Enjoy Life podcast, here to help you choose your mindset, goals, and actions so that you can guide your life in the direction that you want it to go and enjoy it. It does take a little bit of work, some effort on your part, but that effort is worth it because this is your life and you can experience the benefits of the work that you do. And this podcast is here to help. Life doesn't magically turn out exactly how you want. It's up to you to make it happen. Now, you may not have chosen to be exactly where you're at right now in your current situation, but you will choose what you do about it. If you're ready to put forth a little bit of effort, take some small steps toward living the life that you want, then you're in the right place. Let's get started. Well, hello there. I'm Nick Mazey, and welcome to the Enjoy Life podcast. As always, I'm thrilled that you're joining in, you're listening in, and just that you're ready to take some steps toward the life that you want. That's awesome. Once again, I'm just really glad that you're here. Before we dive into today's episode, I do just want to let you know I am trying to put some more videos and stuff out to help you on social media. If you haven't checked out the Facebook page, please do so. You can just go to nickmazey.com/FB for Facebook. nickmazey.com/FB. And that'll take you straight to the Facebook page. You can see some of the videos that I'm putting out there and just follow up on some positive things to help you to take the steps that you need to do so that you can pursue the life that you want, so that you can enjoy your life more. It'd be a help too if you would just like it. That way you will follow it and you'll get the material, but also when you get some likes on a page, it helps more people find it. And then for those of you all that aren't really big onto the Facebook, you can always find my stuff on Twitter too. The handle is @NickMazey. Right. On to today's episode. Today we're talking about breaking down to some really simple steps on how you can achieve. I know we're getting toward the end of January, and a lot of people do set those New Year's resolutions, and sometimes they start to fade out. If that's you, or if you need just a kind of a really simple way to wrap your head around, hey, what can I do to make some steps to improve my life, then this episode's for you. But regarding those New Year's resolutions, if you are some of the people that it starts to fade out, don't get too hard on yourself. That's life a little bit. But like I said in the intro, it's more than where you're at right now that's important. It's what you choose to do about it, because your actions now are going to show what your choice is on what you're going to do about where you're at. If you didn't make the really fast progress that you wanted to make at the beginning of the year, that's okay. Life's not about being perfect. In my opinion, it's about not giving up. When you continue to persist and go forward, that's where you make the progress. There's going to be ups and the downs, and sometimes you're going to get a little bit more progress, and sometimes you're going to fall back a little bit. That's okay. That's life. Don't get hard on yourself for what has happened, but get hard on yourself and really focus in on what you're going to do about it now. So today I want to go over just some simple steps that you can really just get very basic on how you can move forward and improve your life in the areas that you want. Now, of course, it's not going to magically change your whole life instantly and all that stuff. This is just a simple way to look at, as well as an order to look at things so that you can make some progress in the areas that you want. Start to enjoy life more and such. All right. And like I just said, the order is important too, because a lot of times people go in this order a little bit backwards. Sometimes with we want to make some progress in our lives. We want our lives to be better. We just jump into taking action, which there's nothing really wrong with that. Get moving, take action. That can be a great thing. But if you ever hit that part where you hit a little bit of struggle, you hit some obstacles that you got to overcome, and sometimes that action starts to fade. If you don't remember these other steps, then it can be easy just to quit. So for today, in breaking down these simple steps to achieve, we're going to start with focusing on what. First one is, what do you really want? What area of life do you want to focus on first? What is it that you want to achieve in that area of life? I recently created that Creating Life Targets course, and it's out there. You can go to nickmazey.com/free CLT, and that'll kind of walk you through an overview and a training related to it. But one of the key things about creating that life target and making the progress in life that you want is focusing on what area you want to focus in on first. And that's a lot of the what. You gotta know what you want, and then you gotta determine, after you determine what you want, and what that really is, getting specific on that so that you have that crystal clear vision of your future and what you're going to make it to be. That allows you to work toward it. And then after you've really zeroed in and you know what that what is, you got to figure out what, and get clear on that why. Why is it important? See, if you don't have the what, and you don't know what you're working toward, it's going to be very difficult to do the next steps or even to make any progress because you don't know what it is you're striving to achieve. And then when the obstacles happen and the struggles and all that stuff comes up, if you don't have a rock solid why, and you know why it is important to you, why you want to achieve that, then it's so much easier to quit. But when you have a crystal clear vision, when you know what you're pursuing and the specific target that you're going to hit in that area, and why it's important to you, what it's going to do for your life and how it resonates with your values, when you have your what and your why, then having that action on track and being persistent is actually a lot easier. So if you struggled with your New Year's resolutions, then go back to what it is you want to achieve, what area of life that's going to help you to improve, and what it's going to mean for your life, why that is important to you to achieve that. When you go back to that those two actually make the actions a lot easier. Like I said, it makes it a lot easier to not give up too, because a lot of that success just comes from being persistent. I'm not the best at a lot of things, but heck, if I just don't give up, I'm going to make some progress. And I believe the same is true for you. So you have the what, you have the why, and then you got to know the how. Now, the how is when you're making your plan to achieve what you want, to hit your targets. But let me just say, you don't have to have a perfect plan. There is no such thing as a perfect plan. And so don't worry about trying to create one. If you have an idea of how you're going to achieve your goals, then run with that. The big part about it is be willing to adapt and change that plan as you need it. You're not changing your goal. You're not changing what you're going to achieve or how that's going to impact your life. You're definitely not changing your why it's important for you to make improvements in that area of life. You're not changing those, but you might adjust the path to get there. I love the example of a GPS. You punch in a destination on your phone or on an actual GPS. I guess some people still use those, or maybe in your car. You punch in where you want to go. And if there's a roadblock that comes up or a detour or heck, you just make a wrong turn. If something like that happens, you don't lose the destination. You just have to adjust the path to get there. And that's an amazing thing about that GPS. Well, that's your how. That's your how you're going to achieve your goals, is that your goal doesn't change, but the path to get there might need to adjust a little bit because you do not have a perfect plan. I don't have a perfect plan on anything that I do, but I know my what. I know what I want to achieve. I know why it's important to me. And I make a simple plan as an idea. And then as I'm moving forward toward my goals, I learn things and I improve, and then I can actually refine that plan to make it better. And you can do the same. You get really crystal clear on what you want, the area of life that's important, the goal you have for that area of life, why it's important to you, how it resonates with your values, what it will do for your life. And then have an idea of how you're going to achieve it. Have an idea of how you're going to make that a reality. And then you got to take action. Then it's time to do. You have the what, the why, the how, and now just do. You're going to follow that idea, that plan that you've created to be able to move toward your targets, to be able to achieve the things that you want. Now the action, this is huge. The actions don't have to be huge. The importance of taking action is huge. When you're on that taking action stage, just start taking steps. Just start taking small steps. It can be a little discouraging sometimes because you see those small steps and you might not be making the progress that's as fast as you want. But don't worry about that. Value those small steps, because see, time's going to pass anyways. When you take full advantage of the little moments and the time that you have, That progress, those small steps in progress, they are so powerful because not only do they help you to move forward a little bit towards your goals, but they help you to develop a little bit of momentum. And then before you know it, that momentum is a habit. See, habits just make things so much easier. And sometimes we develop these bad habits and they're so hard to break. But for some reason, we don't see how the value of really small positive habits can have. It's just the opposite side. It's not the negative habit, it's the positive habit. But they make things easier to do and they end up being hard to break. So you can develop some positive habits by taking small steps, following your plan. And before you know it, it's going to be easier and easier to take action. Then you're going to get a little bit of the benefits. Like if you had a health goal, before you know it, by taking those really small steps going forward, they're going to turn into a little bit of momentum and a little bit of the habits. And you're going to start to get some of the benefits of improving your health, feel a little bit better. And then it's going to be even easier to keep taking action. And then at that point, you might be able to take some of these larger leaps going forward. But just starting with a little bit of that action, a little bit of habit, following that plan, adjusting that plan as needed, always reminding yourself of why it's important for you to pursue the goals that you have, zeroing in and focusing in on the what, getting crystal clear on that what that's important to you that you're going to achieve. That could help you to make progress in your life, make the improvements that you want, achieve some of the things that you want to achieve. I know it's a really simple way to look at it. Like I said, I don't promise profound, instant magic change. But what it is if you follow those and stick to those, it's just about following through. You actually end up making a lot of progress and making your life more how you want. You just got to do it. It's about following it and not giving up. And just whatever it is, just don't give up. I know it might be the end of January at the gym these days. There's a big pop at the beginning of the year, and it was really crowded, and it's already started to fade, and it's not even the second month of the year. If that was you, give yourself a break. Cut yourself some slack. It's okay. It's not like a perfect trajectory going upward towards your goals. You may have started strong. You may have faded out a little bit. That's okay. What you choose to do now is important. Even if we were talking 6-7 months from now, and I'll probably bring it up again then too, that if your actions fell back a little bit, give yourself a break. You noticed it, and you have every bit of the opportunity to get back at it and keep pursuing your goals, because your goals don't need to change. Maybe your plan does, since you got a little off track. That's not a problem. Go back to the very simple way to break down what you want, why it's important, and how you're going to achieve it, and then take some action going toward it. This is your life. You're still living if you're listening to it, so it's not over. You don't have to give up. You can keep pursuing the life that you want. I promise you that. Just keep at it. All right. Well, that's all I got for today. If you can't tell, my voice is a little bit hoarse, so that's just about all that I got anyways. But thank you for listening to this episode. I really appreciate it. I love seeing you download this and listen to it, because I can see those statistics, and that's a real motivator to me. But above and beyond anything else, anything at all, take steps towards the life that you want. That's all that I do want. Once again, thank you for listening. If you want more of this, you can always go to nickmazy.com. Please rate and review this podcast. It'll help more people to find it. And you can go to nickmazy.com/FFB for Facebook. It'll take you to the Facebook page where you can like the page and see some of the videos that I'm trying to put out there, just to help share the positive message that you can pursue the life that you want. You can choose your mindset, goals, and actions to enjoy your life more. Thanks again. Take care, and can't wait to talk to you again soon.